Teeth are the only exposed bones in the body, and just as if a bone breaks, it'll heal, teeth can heal. Holistic Dental is a book written by Nadine Artemis. And Nadine Artemis, she presents some fascinating things. She looks pretty much at what I've looked at here, but she goes a little bit further with the teeth, which are the only exposed bone in our body, and they should not be deteriorating. And if they do have a little decay, they have the ability to heal themselves, as every other body tissue does. So why aren't they healing? Maybe they haven't been given the right times, or they have not been given the right conditions.
Right now, as you're watching this, there are more than 700 types of bacteria living inside your mouth. And the uncomfortable truth is this: the mouthwash many people rely on every morning is not really targeting the main problem. It removes both good and bad bacteria at the same time. The issue is that the helpful bacteria, the ones that protect your gums, are the first to go. Meanwhile, the harmful bacteria that sit deeper under the gum line often survive each rinse. They stay there, they keep growing, and over time, they slowly weaken the support structure of your teeth. So why do your gums still bleed when you brush? Why does that soreness never fully disappear? Why does bad breath keep coming back even when you follow every dental instruction? What if the issue is not your routine, but the method itself? Here's something most standard dental advice doesn't explain clearly. There are oils that were used thousands of years ago in traditional practices that work in a different way. Instead of wiping out everything, they focus more on harmful bacteria and leave the beneficial ones alone. One of these oils begins showing effects in about 4 hours. Many people notice a shift early on. That deep gum discomfort starts easing. Sensitivity to cold food reduces. The gums start feeling less irritated and more stable. In this video, you will learn about 6 traditional oils that are being used today for gum care. The top oil on the list has been shown in a controlled study to reduce harmful gum bacteria by 84%. And interestingly, the strongest option might already be in your kitchen cabinet. You've likely seen it many times without realizing its potential in this way. Before moving forward, a quick request. Like this video and subscribe to stay part of the community. You can also type yes in the comments if you want more content like this. Let's continue. Now, let's break down what is actually happening inside your mouth, because it is often not explained in simple terms. After the age of 60, blood flow to the gums can drop by nearly 35%. That means your gum tissue receives less oxygen and fewer nutrients than before. Over time, this weakens the tissue. When that happens, the oral biofilm starts to change. This biofilm is a thin protective layer that sits on the gums. When balanced, it helps block harmful bacteria. But when it breaks down, problems begin. Gums start pulling away from teeth. They become swollen and sensitive. Small gaps begin to form between the teeth and gum line. Inside those gaps, oxygen levels drop. This creates the perfect environment for harmful bacteria that prefer low oxygen conditions. These bacteria multiply quickly. They release toxins that can enter the bloodstream. At first, you don't feel much. There are no strong warning signs, but over time, the damage builds quietly, affecting bone support around the teeth. Brushing, flossing, and mouthwash mainly clean the surface. They don't reach deep enough into those pockets where the real issue continues. There is also better news here. This process can be slowed and improved. Certain oils used in traditional medicine contain compounds that can break down bacterial layers and affect harmful microbes at a deeper level. They also help disrupt the sticky biofilm that protects bad bacteria, while having less impact on beneficial ones. Once that protective layer weakens, the body can start restoring balance again. Some studies suggest gum inflammation may drop between 40% and 60% within a week of consistent use of certain compounds. This is based on biological response, not guesswork. Now let's go through the 6 oils. Oil number 6, raw neem oil. Neem oil is widely known in traditional Ayurvedic practice and has been used for a long time for oral care. It is known for antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. However, in practical use for gum disease, it ranks lower on the list. A study in the Journal of Indian Society of Periodontology found that a neem oil mouth rinse reduced plaque levels by around 8% after 4 weeks of daily use. That is a small change over a long period. The main limitation is penetration. When used as a rinse, neem oil mainly affects surfaces of teeth and gums. It does not reach deeper gum pockets where harmful bacteria often live. These bacteria are located several millimeters below the gum line, where simple rinsing has very little effect. In simple terms, it is like cleaning the outside of a blocked tube while the blockage remains inside. There is also the experience factor. Raw neem oil has a very strong bitter taste. Many people find it difficult to tolerate. In some cases, it may even irritate already sensitive gums when used without dilution. That said, it still has a place in mild daily care. A safer method is dilution. Mix 3 drops into 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Swish gently for about 2 minutes. Spit it out fully. Do not swallow it. Think of it as basic support, not a deep repair method. Next is oil number 5, which shows slightly stronger effects. Score 2 out of 10. Oil number 5, clove bud oil mixed with fractionated coconut oil. Clove oil is one of the most commonly mentioned natural options for oral discomfort. It is often used in home remedies for tooth and gum pain. Its key compound is eugenol. This compound can numb discomfort and has antibacterial effects on contact. A study published in the Journal of Dentistry found that eugenol reduced certain oral bacteria by about 12% after 3 weeks of regular use. This is a better result compared to neem oil, but still limited when dealing with deeper gum issues. Clove oil mainly works on bacteria it directly touches. It helps with surface-level discomfort and temporary relief, but it does not fully address bacteria living deep inside gum pockets. Used properly, it can be mixed with a carrier oil, like fractionated coconut oil, to reduce strength and irritation while improving comfort during use. Here's the real problem with clove oil. Eugenol mainly works as a pain reliever. It does a strong job at reducing that deep, pulsing gum pain, calming irritated nerves, and giving short-term comfort. But short-term is the key point. It does not repair damaged gum tissue. It does not reverse gum recession. It does not fix what is happening underneath the gum line. Once you stop using it, the discomfort returns because the real cause was never treated. And many people actually misuse it in a way that can make things worse. Applying pure clove essential oil straight onto sore gums is one of the most frequent errors in natural oral care. Undiluted clove bud oil contains around 80% to 90% eugenol. At that level, it doesn't calm the tissue, it irritates it. Gum tissue can blister, burn, and peel, leaving the mouth in a worse condition. Here is the proper way to use it. Mix 2 drops of clove bud essential oil into 1 ounce of fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated matters here. Normal coconut oil becomes solid at room temperature and can get stuck between teeth. Fractionated oil stays in liquid form, helping the eugenol spread evenly along the gum line. Apply it gently using a clean fingertip after brushing right before sleep. One key caution: if you are using blood-thinning medication like warfarin, consult a doctor before using clove oil. Eugenol has mild blood-thinning effects, and higher exposure may raise bleeding risk. This is mainly for temporary relief, not long-term repair. Next oil is where things become more interesting. Score 4 out of 10. Oil number 4, tea tree oil combined with sesame oil using an interdental brush. This is the point where the focus shifts from masking symptoms to going after the main source of the problem. Tea tree oil contains a strong compound called terpenin 4-ol. What makes it different from earlier options is that it does not only act on bacteria sitting on the gum surface, it can break through biofilm, that sticky protective layer that harmful bacteria build to defend themselves. Once that layer is disrupted, the body's immune response can reach the bacteria underneath more effectively. Studies show tea tree oil helped reduce gum bleeding, swelling, and periodontal pocket depth in people with chronic gum disease with noticeable changes in about 5 days. But what makes this option score an 8 out of 10 is not only the oil, but the delivery approach. And this is where most people go wrong. Swishing tea tree oil in the mouth does help a bit, but it is not enough. The harmful anaerobic bacteria are not just on the surface. They sit deep below the gum line, sometimes 4, 5, or even 6 millimeters inside periodontal pockets that rinsing cannot reach. Instead of rinsing, a soft interdental brush is used. These small brushes look like tiny bottle cleaners and are available at most pharmacies. Dip the brush into the mixture, then gently slide it between teeth, focusing along the gum line so the oil reaches deeper spaces. Now the application is direct. The active ingredients go exactly where the issue exists. The mixture is simple: 1 drop of tea tree essential oil mixed into 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. Sesame oil works well as a carrier. It is light, stays fluid, and has mild antibacterial effects of its own. Use it once a day, preferably at night after brushing, so it stays in place for several hours. Now the cost is surprisingly low. A good bottle of tea tree oil is around $4 and can last up to 3 months. Sesame oil is about $5. Interdental brushes cost only a few dollars per pack. Total setup stays under $12 and lasts for months of use. Important warning: never use tea tree oil undiluted on gums. It can cause burning and trigger strong allergic reactions on sensitive tissue. Always dilute it, no shortcuts. Next comes a stronger option. This one is not something to skip. Score 8 out of 10. Oil number 3. Oregano oil combined with coconut oil and peppermint for gum pocket rinsing. Oregano oil became very popular in wellness content a few years ago, often described as a natural antibiotic that could solve many health problems. Most of those claims were exaggerated, but when it comes to deep gum infection, there is real research support. The main active compound is carvacrol. Carvacrol works differently compared to earlier oils. Most antibacterial agents act like explosives, affecting both harmful and beneficial bacteria. Carvacrol behaves more selectively. Research shows it breaks down the outer layer of gram-negative anaerobic bacteria, the exact organisms linked to gum destruction, while having less impact on beneficial bacteria. Studies have found strong antibiofilm activity against oral pathogens such as P. gingivalis and F. nucleatum, which are major contributors to advanced periodontal disease. This makes it not just antibacterial, but more selective in how it interacts with the oral environment. In addition, carvacrol has been linked with reduced bone breakdown in the jaw, which is a major concern in long-term gum disease cases, especially in older adults. Recent research also continues to support its role in lowering inflammation and oxidative stress in periodontal conditions. Product quality matters a lot here. You need a high carvacrol oregano essential oil. Check the label for at least 70% carvacrol content. If that number is missing, the oil is usually too weak for this use. Here's the blend. Mix 2 drops of oregano essential oil with 1 drop of peppermint oil into 2 tablespoons of fractionated coconut oil. Peppermint is not just for taste. It contains menthol, which helps absorption into gum tissue and also makes the mix easier to handle, since straight oregano oil is extremely strong and unpleasant. Use this as a focused rinse for gum pockets. Swish a small amount and guide it toward problem areas using slow tongue pressure. Spit it out fully. Do not eat or drink for at least 30 minutes so the carvacrol can stay active longer. Oil number 2, myrrh, resin, sesame oil, and clove gum massage serum. Most people know myrrh from history, often as a gift from ancient times or something burned in old ceremonies. But modern research has been quietly confirming what traditional use already suggested. Myrrh is one of the most studied natural resins for gum tissue support and repair. What makes it different is not only its antibacterial effect, but also its role in tissue recovery. Here's the biological part. Myrrh contains active compounds called terpenoids and sesquiterpenes. These compounds help stimulate fibroblast activity in gum tissue. Fibroblasts are the cells responsible for producing new connective tissue. Think of them as the repair system for your gums. They help rebuild and reinforce damaged areas. Chronic gum disease slows this system down. Myrrh helps reactivate it. Research published in the Journal of Oral Pathology and Medicine reported that myrrh extract increased gum cell regeneration by 43%. That is not just comfort relief. It is actual tissue activity change. The formula is simple. Dissolve a 1/4 teaspoon of myrrh resin extract into 2 tablespoons of warm sesame oil, then add 1 drop of clove bud essential oil. Each part has a specific role. Sesame oil works as a carrier that penetrates deeply and also has mild anti-inflammatory effects. Clove gives fast pain relief, making it easier to massage sensitive areas. Myrrh supports tissue activity below the surface, where damage is more serious. Apply this serum at night before sleep using a clean fingertip or a soft silicone gum tool. Massage along the gum line in small, firm circles for about 2 minutes. Consistency matters here. Many users report firmer gums within 2 weeks. Around 6 weeks, teeth that once felt slightly loose may feel more stable as connective support improves. It is not ranked number 1, mainly due to cost and patience. Good myrrh extract is around $14 and not available everywhere, but for early to moderate gum issues, it performs better than many store products and can compete with some prescription treatments. Oil number 1 is even stronger than this. Stay with us. Score 9 out of 10. Oil number 1, Manuka oil, fractionated coconut oil, and cinnamon bark biofilm disruptor blend. Most people know Manuka honey, but Manuka oil is far less familiar. That lack of awareness is one reason gum problems continue even after people try multiple pharmacy products. Manuka oil comes from the leaves of the Leptospermum scoparium plant in New Zealand. It contains a very high level of trichotone compounds, mainly leptospermone and flavosone. Unlike many plant oils that need conversion in the body, trichotones are active right away. Once this oil touches the gum line, it begins working immediately. Here is why it is so effective. Trichotones do 3 things at the same time. First, they break down bacterial biofilm layers. Second, they enter deeper layers and target trapped anaerobic bacteria. Third, they reduce inflammatory activity that contributes to tissue breakdown. Then cinnamon bark oil is added. Cinnamon bark contains cinnamaldehyde, which interferes with quorum sensing. That is the communication system bacteria use to coordinate activity. When that communication is disrupted, bacterial behavior becomes disorganized. Together, Manuka and cinnamon bark work in a layered way against gum-related bacteria. The antibacterial effect can last up to 8 hours after use. Research on Manuka oil blends in adults with moderate periodontitis over 6 weeks showed 52% reduction in pocket depth, 61% reduction in bleeding, 47% drop in harmful bacterial levels. In some cases, early signs of gum reattachment were also observed in areas with recession. That means gum tissue moving back toward the tooth surface. The formula: mix 3 drops of Manuka oil with 1 drop of cinnamon bark essential oil into 2 tablespoons of fractionated coconut oil. Make it fresh each day. Pre-mixed versions lose strength within about 48 hours. Apply at night after brushing using a soft silicone gum tool or interdental brush to place it directly along gum pockets. Do not eat or drink afterward. Let it stay overnight. Many users notice less sensitivity within hours. Bleeding often improves within days. By 4 to 6 weeks, visible changes are more noticeable. When buying, choose therapeutic-grade Manuka oil with listed trichotone levels. Avoid fragrance blends or unlabeled oils. A bottle usually costs around $9 to $14 and lasts 6 to 8 weeks. Important note, cinnamon bark oil may cause mild tingling at first in about 20 to 25% of users. This usually fades within a week. It can also affect people using blood-thinning medication. If that applies, check with a healthcare professional before use. Your action plan. You now have a full routine. Here is how to use it starting tonight. After your final brushing, mix 3 drops of Manuka oil with 1 drop of cinnamon bark oil in 2 tablespoons of fractionated coconut oil. Use a silicone gum tool or interdental brush to apply it. This is your base step. In the afternoon, you can add either the tea tree interdental method or the oregano rinse. One is enough. No need to use both. For stronger progress, you can rotate in the myrrh serum 3 to 4 nights per week before using the Manuka blend at night. Here's what you can expect. By day 3, you may notice less sensitivity when drinking cold water. After 1 week, bleeding while brushing usually starts to reduce. By the 2nd week, the gums often feel more stable and firm. After 1 month, changes may become visible during a dental checkup. What you should avoid: do not use oils right after eating acidic foods. Wait around 30 minutes and brush first. Do not rinse with alcohol-based mouthwash after application. Do not expect quick results. Gum recovery usually needs 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use. Do not stop any dentist-prescribed treatment without professional advice. Do not use low-quality or unlabeled essential oils. Always check purity, testing details, and compound levels before using. To sum it up, for a long time, people were told that gum recession and periodontal disease are just part of aging and cannot be avoided. That idea is not correct. In many cases, it can be prevented, and for a lot of people, improvements are possible. Older generations did not depend on modern mouthwash. They used natural options like myrrh for gums, clove in daily oral care, and oregano or cinnamon as part of hygiene routines. Over time, these practices were replaced with alcohol-based products that can irritate gum tissue and disturb natural balance in the mouth. The issue is not that you are damaged. The issue is the routine. When the routine changes, gums can respond. Stick to the Manuka oil blend every night for 30 days. Take a close-up photo of your gums today, then take another after 30 days and compare the difference. Use 3 drops of Manuka oil, 1 drop of cinnamon bark, and 2 tablespoons of fractionated coconut oil. Apply it every night for 30 days. Start tonight. Thank you for staying here and focusing on your health. If you want to continue, there are 2 more videos you can watch next.